Hey everyone, it's Brian Cook, and in today's video we're going to unbox and take a first look at the brand new iPhone 14 Pro in space black color. Here at the front of the box we can see that we have an image of the front face of the iPhone 14 Pro that seems to highlight the new multifunctional notch that Apple likes to call Dynamic Island. This should give us a good preview of how the phone is gonna look once unboxed. Though, since there is actually not much else to the box itself, we can then proceed right away to open it. But just before we do that, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as it really helps out. Included in the box we have the iPhone 14 Pro itself and the USB-C to Lightning cable to be able to charge up the phone, and that's basically it, as it's now some time that Apple doesn't include charging bricks with their phones. So this is the iPhone 14 Pro in space black, but you also have the possibility to get it in silver, in gold and in deep purple if you prefer a different color. I personally really like this one here. It has a nice black matte finish to it, and it's actually a lot darker than I first thought it would be. Here you can see a comparison to the iPhone 13 Pro Max in Graphite, and I must say that I like the space black color much better than the Graphite one, and it probably takes the crown as my new favorite iPhone color. But which one do you guys like better between the two? Let me know in the comments. We can also see that they decided as well to darken up the Apple logo here at the center, and they also did the same with the sides of the phone and with the camera bump, and I really like that they've taken this approach, even though unluckily it still attracts lots of fingerprints as it did before. We then as usual have the lock screen button on one side and the silence and volume buttons on the other side, together with a SIM card tray. The last one is actually going to miss if you happen to buy the phone in the US, as they decided to remove this feature to go all in into the world of eSIM, and I'm not sure I like that choice honestly, as sometimes would be convenient to have the possibility to easily swap SIMs if needed. Also at the bottom we can still find the usual Lightning port, so still no USB-C for this generation of iPhones. While in the camera department we have 3 lenses, the same as we had with the 13 Pro line. But this time we have an improved 48 megapixel main lens, a 12 megapixel ultra-wide lens, and a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, which we're going to have a better look at later on in the video. Last but not least, in the front again, we have the awesome 6.1 inches 120Hz HDR OLED screen, made with ceramic shield which is tougher than any other smartphone glass ever. Apple's Super Retina XDR display is also now twice as bright as before, as it reaches a peak brightness of 2000 nits when outside, and that's perfect for better viewing the screen of your phone in those sunshiny outdoor days. That together with the new always on display feature makes sure that you always have an easy access to your phone whenever you need, at the cost of some amount of battery consumage probably. But talking about having easy access, here at the top of the screen we can find the most controversial feature of the iPhone 14 Pro, the Dynamic Island. In the past years we have seen all kinds of different notches, but nothing like this one. Apple reinvented what a notch could be and transformed an hardware limitation into the ultimate phone feature. This relatively small notch is able to change in shape and size depending on what is being displayed, and can show both active and background tasks. Here are a few examples of what the notch looks like in different scenarios. These are just a few possibilities, and as time passes I'm sure that more and more apps will take advantage of this feature, and I feel pretty positive that other companies are gonna follow and implement this software in their phones too. The iPhone 14 Pro raises the bar for what a 48 megapixel can do, by working together with a quad pixel sensor that is able to adapt to wherever scenario you're shooting and make the most out of each one. Nonetheless, the 12 megapixel ultra-wide lens allows for some beautiful wide shots, while being able to deliver twice as good results in low light situations compared to what we have seen previously with the 13 line. Then lastly, with the telephoto lens we are now able to choose between 2 focal lenses, which give us more options when it comes to zooming and framing our images. We have also seen a bump up on the video capabilities. Cinematic mode is now able to shoot in an astonishing 4K HDR at 24 frames per second, and we also have seen the arrival of a new action mode, a kind of a gimbal-like experience, which lets us record our videos without having to worry about destabilization or shakiness. Also, not to forget that we still have the 12 megapixel front-facing camera with autofocus for taking the sharpest of selfies. This iPhone also features a new A16 Bionic chip and an even better battery than what we had before, able to last for 23 hours of constant usage. Talking about storage instead, we are able to choose from 128GB for the standard iPhone 14 Pro up to 1TB if we really are in need of extra space. And of course prices increase the more storage we decide to have, starting from $999 to $1,499 for the 1TB version. So after all of this said, the new iPhone 14 seems to be definitely worth the upgrade if you are in need of one, especially if you are looking for the latest features like the dynamic island, the always on display and extremely good new cameras. But what do you guys think? Is the iPhone 14 Pro worth the asking price, and will you get one? Let me know in the comments. As for today, that's a wrap, and I hope this video has been helpful to you, and also press that subscribe button if it was, to be up to date with the latest content with tech, gaming, desk setups and more. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, Cookie out.